I've been editing for 3 years now, and if you followed my story, if you've been seeing my other videos, or if you've seen my Twitter, you can see the progression that I've made over those years. I started in the Fortnite space editing these random Fortnite videos for like 10, 15 bucks a video, and then moving on to the content space where I'm working with streamers, these YouTubers, and I grew and I grew. I moved up the client ladder until I'm working with guys with 20, 30 million subscribers. And something that I was never prepared for is how much these guys are willing to pay. I'm now working as an editor full time. I don't have a normal job. I'm 19 years old, and every single other person my age is going university, and this isn't like a weird like, oh, escape the matrix type shit, but university wasn't something that I wanted to go down, and editing gave me that opportunity. Now I'm sharing this video not out of ego, but to share my lessons and what I would do if I was starting again, because a lot of editors that I help, the guys that I make my videos for, so for you have no idea how much potential you have with this little hobby, this little side income thing that you've already started. I still remember the first time I told my parents that I was starting this little editing business thing on the side. So it was February 2021. I had just gotten my first client. The guy had paid me $2.50, and I wanted to tell my parents because I'm a little kid, I'm in an Asian household, I'm used to telling my parents anything that happens. I've just been paid, I'm over the moon, my first online dollars, like I'm making money online, so I'm going downstairs to tell my parents, and I'm scared to break it to them because I had no idea how they were going to take it. And when I went into my parents' bedroom and both my mum and dad were sitting, honestly, I bitched out. I was too scared to tell them. Because it's like, oh, what if they start saying that I'm like doing something wrong, and what if they tell me to quit editing? What if they like start shouting at me? I was scared, so I pussied out and I waited for my dad to go to the bathroom. And now my mum was sitting down the bed, and I asked her, Mum, if I tell you something, promise me you're not gonna shout at me. She seemed confused. She was like, what are you talking about, Sayeef? Like, obviously I won't. I'm not going to shout at you. And I'm still saying like, no, you're going to shout at me if I tell you. And after a bit of a back and forth, I tell her, I think I want to start a business. I said it like such a bitch. I still remember the voice. It's like, I think I want to start a business. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm saying like, you know that editing thing that I do for my own channel? Like for Fortnite videos, I post my own videos. So I used to post my own Fortnite montages at the time on a channel. The channel's still up. If you search it up, it's called Luminite Gaming. Stupid ass videos. But I told her like, what I do on that channel, someone else wants me to do it for them, and they'll pay for it. Now my parents are like first generation in this country, so we're originally from Bangladesh, and to make money online isn't like a normal concept. So she's like, why would anyone pay you, a little dumb kid, to make Fortnite videos? Like he could edit it himself. And I'm trying to tell her like, nah, this is my thing now. And she's like, okay, whatever you do, just like do whatever, as long as you're not doing drugs or anything, you're fine. So it's like, cool, my mom's on board with me editing, and now I leave the room, I'm about to go back to my room, and before I'm able to get there, my older sister catches me. She kind of stops me and says like, oh, what were you and mom talking about? Like, I'm assuming she overheard, and I'm like, for God's sake, I just had the most awkward conversation with my mom trying to explain how I'm getting into editing, and now my sister's gonna be in, and it's gonna be even more awkward. My mom hears me and my sister talking, so she comes and joins us, and now all three of us are standing in the middle of the passage, and they're basically just asking me what am I doing with my life and what this whole editing thing is, and like, are you sure it's legal? I explained the whole concept of video editing again. Yeah, I take these clips and I edit them just like I do for my own channel, and for some reason he wants to pay me, so that's how it works. I use PayPal. Like, yeah mom, like I promise you it is legal. And after they finally understood what video editing was, they asked me a question which I didn't expect. My older sister asked me, what are your goals with this whole thing? Like, where do you see this going? Now I had just made $2.50. I had no idea that there even was money in editing, so it's like, I'm thinking of the biggest number that I could think of. $5,000. And usually when we talk about these numbers like today, we'd be talking about per month, but no, I wasn't talking about $5,000 per month. I said $5,000 in the bank by the time I'm 18. So I basically had 2-3 years to make at least $5,000. My older sister literally burst out laughing. I mean, my mom kind of like tried hiding it, but she was kind of laughing as well. And she's like, oh, you're not going to make it from that. Like, come on, like focus on school. Like, as long, okay, just keep it on the side. Just like, as long as it doesn't get in the way of school. And I felt like shit. I had just told the people that I love most that I had the dream of making $5,000 by the time I'm 18, which I had years to do. And my closest people just basically said that's not possible. So coming out of that conversation, what do you think my mindset was? Was it the fact that I'm going to be making 5-10k per month as an editor? Or would you say that my goals were slightly like just suppressed? I'm saying, okay, I'll just keep it on the side, I'll do it for fun, I guess. For the next year after that, I told myself, that I'd keep editing on the side. And where do you think that got me? I kept on editing, I started getting clients, and I got to like a decent amount. I started getting clients, I got to around $1,000 per month, which is already more than my family were laughing at me about. But I didn't feel the need to scale. Why would I get any further? I was 16 years old at the time. I am making 1k a month. Most people my age don't even have a job. So it's like, I was comfortable, and yeah, so I'll just keep editing on the side. But as time went on, a few months passed and I'm not growing anymore. I'd see these internet gurus, like, you know, those like, oh, how to make 10k per month. I'd see these videos and it's like, I had aspirations, but I say, oh, I guess I'll just keep editing on the side for now. That maybe in the future one day. But it was while I was watching this video, I forgot who it was by, but he talked about the idea that if you don't set the goal, you're never going to achieve that thing. It's like you essentially will only go as far as your goal has set you. So if you tell yourself that you're going to keep it on the side, you are going to only keep it on the side. You're not going to accidentally make 10k per month. Because the truth is, you watching this, you probably had a period in your life where you were like, yeah, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm just doing it as a hobby. And if you're doing it for genuinely fun, if you don't want to make a single dollar from editing, fair enough. But that's not me. I'm someone that likes to make money, and you watching this, you probably are someone that likes making money too. That's not a bad thing. It's like, yeah, I do this thing for fun and I love to make money from it. So it's like, if you don't want to make money, don't. But if you are, you might as well go all the way. Because when I was telling myself that, yeah, I'm going to keep editing on the side, it wasn't the fact that I actually wanted to keep it on the side. It was the fact that I was scared. I was scared of the fact that I would name this huge goal. I would tell the people around me. I would tell myself, and then I wouldn't make it. And now I have to walk back to my parents with almost my tail in between my legs saying, you were right, I didn't achieve my goals. Because for the one kid that has that mind, so I'll just keep editing on the side, let me ask you this question. If I genuinely came up to you and said, there is this creator who's willing to pay you thousands and thousands per month, and you're going to be editing his videos, which you're editing videos anyways, but now he's willing to pay you, you would take that in a heartbeat. So don't act like you genuinely want to keep it on the side. It's not the fact that you want to keep editing on the side, it's the fact that you're scared, and that's okay. Maybe you don't think that editing has that potential, and it's like, oh no one really makes that much money, and I thought the same thing. Like when I was editing Fortnite videos for like $400 a month, I thought that was my peak. I genuinely used to tell myself 400 is the most I'll make in a month. And then I started getting up to like 1k and I was like, okay, that's the most the editors really make. Then I was exposed to these high level editors in these like Twitter group chats and stuff where they're making like 8, 9, 10k per month, and honestly, I thought they were lying. And it's only now that I've gotten to that point myself where I've had multiple 10k months working with like huge guys that I'm like, shit, I didn't even know this was possible. So it starts with setting the goal, and that's something I wish I did when I started editing. And once we've gotten our goal, we're going to start working towards it. And there's a very specific way I want you to work towards your goals, because I want you to realize this. Poor people and rich people, as cringe as that sounds, everyone has the goal of being rich. If you ask the average person in like your school or someone you went to school with, do you want to make money? They would say yes. If you asked a billionaire, do they like making money? They would say yes. If you asked a homeless guy if he wanted to make money, he would say yes. So it's not the goal that defines us. Instead, it's the actions towards the goal that determines whether that person is actually successful or not. Because both a billionaire and a homeless person wants to be rich. The only difference is the actions that they've done. So the way we're going to approach our goals, this is something I learned from Atomic Habits. It's one of the first books that I've ever read. No, the first book that I ever read, I listened to it. It was on an audiobook. They talk about lag measures and lead measures. This is a new way to look at goals and goal setting. Your big goal right now is going to be, let's say, make $10,000 per month from editing. Even if it's like, okay, 9, 10k, like whatever, around that amount. That's going to be like the big like North Star of what you want to do with your career. But simply telling someone the goal isn't that useful, because it's like, if I knew how to do it, I would have already done it, you dumbass. This huge goal takes some time to get done. So it like takes time to reach. So what we call that is the lag measure. It lags after our effort. But the thing that we do every single day to get to that big goal, that's what we call the lead measure. The lead measure is the day-to-day action that you do to go towards this North Star, to go towards this lag measure. So let's say in like fitness, if you had the lag measure, the big goal of having a muscular physique, of course, if you just set that goal and you wanted it tomorrow, that wouldn't happen, right? So it's something that's going to happen in the future, but day by day, what is the action that we can track to make sure we were on track onto that goal? It would be the number of workouts. And let's say we had the huge goal of, I want a vibrant social life. It's not that we should focus on the social life that we're trying to improve, but the number of conversations that we can have every day. If you had a new conversation with one stranger every single day for the next year, by the end of it, you would have a social life where you couldn't walk into a room without not knowing everyone in there. And in the same way, if you have this huge goal of being a successful editor, of making a lot of money editing, the day-by-day action is ultimately the number of videos that you've edited. What's most important is that you focus on the one thing that makes you the most progress in your career. For being in the gym, building muscle, sure, it's you could get supplements, you can start looking into this one cold shower technique and this one massaging ritual, or all this stuff, maximize hypertrophy. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting the workouts in, you're not going to get bigger. And I wish I could tell my younger self, who was looking for these quick tools and this quick secret silver bullet to save his editing career. Sure, these things can be useful. This one AI tool can be useful, but it's don't listen to these guys that are saying this one AI tool will fix your entire editing career. You will make the most progress in your editing career by doing as many projects as possible and ensuring you over-deliver on every single one. And notice how I just said to focus on that, not the money. Because when you start focusing on the money, what ends up happening is you get confused. You've had the goal of trying to make money for ages, but how is that going? You're probably not making more than a couple K per month. Maybe you haven't even started reaching a couple hundred. So clearly focusing on the money, it isn't making you money. So at least maybe listen to what I'm saying. Just if what you're doing hasn't worked, just try this perspective. Don't focus on the money. Focus on becoming the type of editor who makes that money. When you focus on improving your editing, when you focus on being around other amazing editors, when you start learning the business side of things, when you start actually just improving your editing, it's honestly harder to not make money than to make it. I've gotten to a point where I have more clients coming to me in my DMs offering me disgusting amounts of money for a single video, and I can't take them on. I have guys genuinely asking for 900, 1,000 per video, and it's I physically can't take those clients on, and these are simple 10-minute videos. I hope this doesn't sound egotistical, but for other editors that have reached a super high level, they can relate. And if you're not at this point, part of your ego might be getting hurt because you feel as though you're not at this point yet. But if you can kind of drop that ego and have some humility and say okay, this guy's just sharing his knowledge, that's all it is, he's just sharing his experience. I promise you, once you reach a certain point, it's harder to not make money. That's what happens when, instead of being the majority of editors, these absolute retards who focus on, I just want to make quick money. It's you focus on the lead measure. You just focus on the things that are going to make you the type of person who makes the money. A lot of people have this negative view on money where it's oh, if you make money, then you're a bad person. No, I can't be wanting to make money. But it's I don't think making money is a bad thing. I can say it openly in a video. Yeah, I love making a stupid amount of money. I'm only 19. I'm making 15, 20K per month right now. I enjoy it. I'm at a point where I don't have to work a normal 9 to 5. My work is literally being on my laptop, editing videos, recording videos like these, getting my client projects done, and I don't have a normal job. I don't go university. In a few days, I'm going to London. I'm staying there for a week. The few days after, I'm going Amsterdam. Then the day after that, I'm going Bali. It's I'm traveling the world, and I fucking love it. Not only that, but I'm able to take care of the people around me. It's I'm able to pay, let's say my mom needs some groceries, and it's oh, can you go get milk or something? And she's oh, here's some money. I'm nah, mom, it's cool. It's alright. I got it. You don't even give me money. I'll just pay for the milk on my own. And I genuinely promise you, bro, you have a huge goal of making money right now. You have these some wants, you just kind of want some nice clothes. You want people to kind of look at you and be oh wow, how does he make money? But I promise you, the most fulfillment you will get from the money that you make is just from giving it to other people. There is nothing that makes me happier now than me buying someone a coffee, or me just telling my mom yeah, I got it, or my dad's struggling with a bill, and it's nah, dad, I got it this month, it's cool. And I find it so silly how people have a negative view on making money, and that stops them from making money and stops them from helping their people. This whole editing journey that you've gone on is honestly a life-changing path if you do the right steps, but the vast majority are going to fail, and I'm sorry if you become one of them, but the reason I make this content is so you don't. If you are an ambitious editor and maybe you've just started your journey, maybe you're a couple clients in, but I'd love for you to join us and be on this path. So if you enjoyed this, you can comment, do this YouTube shit. You can type your thoughts and stuff, and yeah, scroll down right now, click the red subscribe button, and there'll be a video here that you can watch. But yeah, take care, peace.